This morning, let's explore discouragement, distrust, and consideration. This is Kilroy, ostensibly. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you were looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and there we go. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as... No, I take that back. And if you wish to meditate as profoundly as Qui-Gon Jinn on Naboo, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Once again this morning, we could explore discouragement, distrust, and consideration that you too could meditate like a Jedi. If at any point during the live stream you have a question, don't be shy. Simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Unless, of course, you're watching a replay, then you'll want to type your question in the comment area. Or even better yet, you'd buy through the Patreon link. So this morning's lesson comes to us from the sixth passage of Dzogchen Rinpoche's Heart Treasure of the Enlightened One, translated by the Padmakata group and adapted as well as amplified by yours truly. Alas, how discouraging to see the beings of this degenerate age. Alas, can anyone trust what anyone says? It is like living in a land of vicious man-eating demons. Think about it and do yourself a big favor. So when it comes to this passage right here, alas, can anyone... So we touched on the degenerate age during yesterday morning's exploration. So let's continue to the second couplet. Alas, can anyone trust what anyone says? Sometimes people lie. Sometimes people are just incorrect. They're very sincere, but they're incorrect. So the cultural paradigms that fuel deceit are the same cultural paradigms that also fuel confusion. And it can be a mistake to confuse deceit for confusion. It's a question of intention, really. It's like living in a land of vicious and man-eating demons. I can't tell you how many people. So, as the operating officer of a 501c3, pretty much have a bullseye on my back. And people want to offer me their marketing prowess at a price. And when I balk at that price, sometimes they can get vicious. Sometimes people who spend a lifetime manipulating others get very, very good at saying remarkably hurtful things. There is a myth that if we were truly spiritual, nothing will affect us. But when did the Buddha say that causality does not affect those who apply his instructions? We live in an interdependent universe where everything is affected by everything and affects everything. If not directly, then indirectly. If not immediately, then eventually. If not overtly, then subtly. If not actually, then potentially. So things are going to affect us. When it rains, we're going to get wet. When the sun shines, we're going to get hot. If someone cuts us, we're going to bleed. our injuries at the hands of others is not an indictment. One can lose their marbles judging themselves by how others treat us. That is not our job. The only thing we need to worry about is how effectively we're mastering the Buddha's teachings. Everything, do that, and everything will take care of itself. The more we train in mindfulness and meditation, the more we grow accustomed to the midpoint between the two toxic extremes of scatteredness and contrivance. The midpoint of centered spontaneity, through which our choices and utterances and deeds could flow. This concludes the opening lesson. Before we start chanting and meditating, I would like to take approximately 15 seconds for housekeeping. Here we go. If there are lessons you'd like to request, or if you simply wish to support the continued availability of these classes on this platform, there is a Patreon link in the description area below the video. If at any point you'd like to say hi in the chat window, you are very much welcome to. It is approximately 9 minutes after the hour. I think it could be great fun if together as a team we chanted 6 passages of my adaptation and amplification of the Padmakara Group's translation of Dzampa Rinpoche's final meditation manual, Heart Treasure of the Enlightened Ones, written in the latter portion of the 1800s. All phenomena are like magical illusions of the Buddhas, but these days the illusions are more illusory than ever. Trickeries conjured up by devious illusionists. Beware of the illusions of this degenerate age's ways. All talk is like an echo, said the Buddhas, but these days it is more like the re-echo of an echo. What the echoes say and what they mean are not the same. So do not take any notice of these insidious echo words. Whoever you see is not human but a fraud. Whatever people say is not right but just lies. Oopsie. Let's get back over here. And so since these days there is no one you can trust, you had better live alone and stay free. If your action conform with Dharma, you could annoy many beings. If your words are truthful, but most people could get angry. If your mind is truly good and pure, they could judge it a defect. Now is the time to keep your own way hidden. Hide your body by staying alone in the mountain wilderness. Hide your speech by cutting out contact and saying very little. Hide your mind by being continuously aware of your own faults alone. This is what it means to be a hidden yogi. Disgust because there could be no one to be trusted. Sadness because there could be no meaning in anything. Determination because there could never be time to get everything you want. If you always keep these 3 things in mind, some good could come of it. It is 11 minutes after the hour. Come, let us turn to this morning's primary practice text. Green Heroine's Easy Tantra. This iteration should be available for free download in under 6 hours. Let's begin by exercising the neural pathways responsible for empathy. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance, free from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging, freed. Namo Muni and Namo Dharma and Namo Sangha, liberation for all. Namo Muni and Namo Dharma and Namo Sangha, liberation for all. Namo Muni and Namo Dharma and Namo Sangha, liberation for all. My daily exercise is blending geriatric step back squat thrusts with semi pull-ups or semi fractional chin-ups while performing this recitation, which I think is just great fun. We now play with we now prepare for mantra meditation. Through the cause and effect of my practice of love and letting go, may each sentient being of each world know practice with me in unison. Behold this woman comprised of green light, with a red Buddha above her head. There are some who would view her as a goddess, treat her as such, and then wonder why they maintain their petulance. There is a minority of practitioners who view her merely as an archetype of enlightened activity, compassionate action, using her iconography to fuel the 8 metaphors that are integral to mantra meditation. But I guess I should go. I would be remiss if I didn't mention her name. In Sanskrit, she is known by many names, including Shyamatara, wrong consonant. In Tibetan is Droljang, and in English as green heroin, which sounds like an illicit substance, doesn't it? Masha, the noble lady, Tara, Tara, you are swift and gallant, will to Tara, you banish fear, will to you fulfill every need, and with so may it be so. Classically, gallant does not mean polite, it means skilled in the combat arts. So perhaps fierce is a synonym. Amasha, the noble lady Tara. Amasha, Tara, swift and gallant, her glance flashes like flares of lightning. Born on the heart of a blossoming lotus that arose from the tears of the triple world's Lord. So, when you see something in standard size font italicized, that's me paraphrasing. When you see something in brackets in smaller font, that's me amplifying or adding. I tell you this not to boast, but simply because I do not wish to deceive. I'll master her whose countenance is like 100 full moons gathered in autumn, smiling and glowing with brilliant radiance like 1,000 stars clustered ablaze. I'll master golden blue lady whose lotus hand is graced with a water-borne flower, symbolizing generosity, diligence, endurance, serenity, patience, and meditation. I'll master her whose victories are endless, which fulfilling jewel of the great Tathagata's crown. She is well served by the ears of the victors, those who have accomplished all the perfections. I'll master her who were to Tade and fill desire roams unto the ends of space. She tramples underfoot the 7 worlds and has the strength to summon all protectors. Amasha, praised by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Maruts, and Shiva. Bhutas, Vetalas, Gandharvas, and Yakshas pay tribute to her. Amasha, who with Ray and pay Krishna enemies yantras to dust. With right leg bending and left leg extending, shining she treads amidst flames blazing wildly. I apologize if I'm stuttering and stammering. This is a translation I'm unfamiliar with, so it's as exciting for me as it is for you. Homage to this fearsome lady who will today destroy some most powerful demons. Lotus face yet deep furrowed brow, she is the slayer of each and every foe. Homage whose fingers display the mudra of the three jewels, graced by a wheel adorning every direction, emitting a dazzling radiance that overwhelms all. Homage to her for whom supreme joy is a radiant garland that crowns her in splendor. Smiling and laughing with Tutare, she brings demons and worlds under control. Homage who can summon the hosts of earthly guardians. Her frown quivers with a suitable hung that delivers us from every misfortune. Homage to her so brightly adorned with a sliver of moon as her crown. As Amitabha graces her like gleaming rays forever stream forth. Homage to her suited in a halo blazing with apocalyptic flames, her right leg stretching out, and left bending inward in western joy, she crushes legions of foes. Homage to her who on the earth's surface strikes her palm and stomps her feet. Her brow deeply furrowed with whom the seven nether worlds are tamed. Homage to whose blissful gracious domain is the peace of nirvana. With whom in so one perfect union she lays waste to every terrible evil. Homage to who immersed in rapture shatters the bodies of all her foes. She manifests from the wisdom syllable whom displaying her mantras 10 syllables. Homage to they who face something boldly from the seed syllable whom the supreme mountain Mandara and all the three worlds she causes them to quake. Homage to her who holds in her hand a dark moon like a divine lake. Without a dries and then with pace she cleanses all poisons. Homage to her who is served by kings of gods, by gods and King Nada, suited in armor of joy and splendor. She dispels all nightmares and soothes away strife. Homage to her whose eyes shine with luster, bright with the fullness of sun and moon. With twice her Tadhara into Tade, she pacifies the most tenacious diseases. Homage to who has the power to free, she puts forth the realities as a set of three. Supreme to the hordes of Grahas, Vetalas, and Yakshas, she completely destroys. This praise with the 21 verses of homage is itself the riddle mantra. Om invokes the archetypes Tare, courage to Tare, pacification and Ture increase. Soha supplicates with these attributes, may I like Tara liberate all. Pardon me. As we chant the mantra, could realize every rays are emitting from may the mills horizontal and syllable mantra rosary at our heart. Lavishing all one's communication, bodies and circumstances, with joyful wisdom, peaceful love, beautiful health, and safe good fortune. And at last we come to mantra meditation. Let's see, there we go, excellent. Our mantra meditation can be neatly divided into half. The second half will pertain to the wisdom of letting go, the first fold of the Eightfold Path. The first half will deal with love, also known as right aspiration, the second fold of the Eightfold Path. These first 4 exercises are written as intentions. These are not, our job is not to visualize actively, nor force ourselves to believe, nor force ourselves to emote. Such things lead us to a brick wall. Instead, what we're going to do is simply play with these words as a way of guiding our intention. We're going to, during the inhalation, we're going to recite the intention. During the exhalation, in addition to chanting the mantra, we're going to physically relax as best we can. As mentioned previously, all this mantra work is highly figurative. Why would we do that? All vertebrate life forms on this planet evolved to think symbolically. That is why. We could think of Tantra as simply sutra with mantras and metaphors. Let us lovingly wish that all minds now possess the Buddha's wisdom of letting go, symbolized. Let's try this again. Symbolized by a one-syllable mantra known as a seed mantra. Om Dare Duna Niduni 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 Let us lovingly wish that all communication of all beings and its interpersonal consequences be as loving as we would imagine a Buddha's communication to be, symbolized by a mantra. Om Dare Duna Niduni 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 Wow, so off tune. Om Dare Duna Niduni Om Dare Duna Niduni Om Dare Duna Niduni Om Dare Duna Niduni Life for the tone deaf is pretty exciting, I must say. Let us lovingly wish that all bodies of all beings now enjoy the health as depicted by artists portraying the body of an enlightened archetype, sometimes described in Tibetan as Yadam. Let us lovingly wish that all circumstances of all beings now be as safe and as fortunate as a real or imagined Buddha's paradise or Pure Land or Vanti is depicted in tantric art. As promised, we now make the switch from love-oriented mantra meditation to the wisdom of letting go-oriented mantra meditation. Our contemplation of the wisdom of letting go, also known as the first fold of the Eightfold Path, will be explored in 3 parts. The first part will be a reminder, a demystification of the terms emptiness or voidness. The second part will be the actual mantra contemplation. The third part will be contemplation without mantra. May I let go of all circumstances, bodies, communication, and minds, as if they were as non-graspable as a vast empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although tantalizing to the eye, could be not graspable to the hand. The next 8 contemplations, both with and without mantra, will have one thing in common. They are structured as rhetorical questions. Why is it that as we inhale, we could visually perceive our circumstances and yet as we physically relax into the recitation of the mantra, these exact same circumstances, be they scarce or affluent, perilous or safe, could feel as if they were as non-graspable as a Buddha's pure land of lore, comprised only of light. Om Dare 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 So 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 Why is it that as we inhale, we can sensually perceive our bodies, and yet, as we physically relax into the chanted recitation of the mantra, these exact same bodies, whether they are ugly or beautiful, sick or healthy, could feel as if they were as non-graspable as an enlightened archetype comprised only of light. Om Dare 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 So 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 Why is it that as we inhale, we can clearly perceive mind's functions of perception, emotion, intention, reason, recollection, and imagination, and yet, as we physically relax into the chanted recitation of the mantra, this exact same mind, be it foolish or wise, dull or sharp, could feel as if it was as non-graspable as a seed syllable comprised only of light. Om Dare 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 So 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 Om Nare Nu Nare Nu Re 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 So Ha. Om Nare Nu Nare Nu Re So 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 Ha. Om Nare Nu Nare Nu Re So 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 Ha. We have completed this morning's 128 recitations of the 10-syllable mantra. As promised, we now shall play with 4 final wisdom contemplations that are going to rely heavily on figures of speech. It has been said that the twin pillars of confusion would be competitiveness and clinging. Their contemplative antidotes, respectively, would be interdependence and impermanence. Together. How could all places blissfully melt into a rainbow light that absorbs into this body? Remember, these are rhetorical questions. How could all bodies blissfully melt into a rainbow light that absorbs into this communication? How could all speech blissfully melt into a rainbow light that absorbs into this mind? How could all minds blissfully melt into a rainbow light that absorbs into infinite emptiness? Let us now relax into the non-graspable nature of awareness. This simple exercise, this simple silent meditation can help us to transcend the tyranny of the fundamental duality of dread and desire, simply by making full use of our autonomic nervous system, which is wired to notice as we breathe in and relax as we breathe out. May all beings have the joyful wisdom, peaceful, beautiful health, and safe boon of green heroines, mythical minds, peaceful form and laws. May all beings like great heroine, master being, flexible, loving, laid back, egalitarian, cooperative, and kind. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness, spontaneous and uncontrived. May all beings like great heroine master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate all others. May all beings take auspicious rebirth, master the Buddhist path, and then help all others do likewise. If you feel I have earned it, please give this life to me. In approximately 10.5 hours, we could return to explore mindfulness, neuroscience, and meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.